2024 is almost here, and that feels so crazy to say. I cannot believe 2023 is almost over. But with the new year often comes a lot of new and expecting parents, and you may be starting to put your registry together and wondering, what do I actually need? Like, what are those outdated things that were so 2002 that I no longer need, but what are going to be the latest and greatest things coming up that I can use for my baby? So, hi, I'm Jensen Kesey. I am a certified pediatric sleep consultant, certified postpartum doula, and mama of 3. So we've had so many products come in and out of this house where the things I use for my oldest weren't even cool anymore or useful anymore for my 3rd. So today we're going to talk about the top 6 items that I recommend for your registry. So the first one I'm going to start with is a bassinet. We all know that once you bring baby home from the hospital, you're going to want to have a safe sleep space for them in your room. Typically, sometimes parents go right for having their baby in their nursery, but oftentimes parents will opt to have their baby in their room with them. And you want a bassinet so they can be safe and have their own sleep space while you are sleeping in your bed. And I recommend the Graco Sense to Snooze. So this is a really great alternative to the Snoo if you've had a little bit of sticker shock when you see the Snoo. But the Graco Sense to Snooze is really awesome because it has that same kind of technology that the Snoo does, but the price point is a lot smaller. It has the same safety effects. It's been tested and designed for newborn sleep, so we know that it's safe. They have their own sleep space in there, but you are still able to be close by and scoop them up whenever they need some support. So if you are looking for a really great bassinet that has some really cool technology but isn't going to break the bank, that is the one to look into. So next, we're going to talk about cribs. So in this other video that I'm going to link, I talk about the importance of why having a headboard on one side is going to get you more sleep in the long run. So I love the Larkin 4-in-1 crib. Here's the picture of it. This is a really great crib because it has that higher side. And this is going to come in handy when your child is 18-ish months, starting to think about crawling out of the crib. Again, scroll back and watch the video that I link if you want to know more about that. But this one is really great because it's going to take you for a very long time. So it's a 4-in-1, so it's convertible. It can be the crib. It can eventually turn into a toddler bed. You can pull it out and it can make a twin bed. So it has a lot of different options and will be able to grow with your child as they grow. And that's really nice instead of having to buy a new bed every couple of years. The next thing we're going to talk about is one of my personal favorites, the hatch light. So the hatch light is really, really awesome because it has really cool features that you can all access from your phone. You can make what are called programs for lights to automatically turn on and turn off every day where you don't have to do anything. So our program is set so it will turn on at 7:15 p.m. every night with a red light to signal to my boys it's time to crawl into bed if they're playing in their room before, or if we're just kind of fooling around doing bedtime routine slowly, then it's oh, okay, the light is on. We gotta get going and get into bed. And then it turns off automatically at 7:30 every morning. The light will change from red to green and then the sound machine will turn off. So it has a night light, it has a sound machine feature, so it's really, really a nice all-in-one. So it's really great for these newborn days where if you're across the room and you want to turn the light up a little bit while you're feeding or nursing, then you can do that. If you want to dim the light a little bit, if you're just holding your baby, you can do that too, but it's completely hands off. So you don't have to be fumbling around trying to turn a night light on and off. You can just simply do it with a scroll of your phone. The next one is the Yoga Sleep Dome sound machine. So here's a picture of it. I absolutely love this sound machine. We have about 5 or 6 of them personally between the 5 of us because I love it so much and they're such great sound machines. They're so easy to use. You just plug them in, turn them on, and it's set. It has 2 settings, so you can either push the button up and it will have a softer sound, or you can push the button down and it'll be a louder sound. It's like a dial as well, so you can turn it depending on if you want it loud and crank it so it's the airways are all the way open, or you can turn it down a little bit if you don't need it as loud and it's closer to your baby's crib. So that is a really great one, so easy to use. It stays on for the duration of the night. And that is something that is really important because a lot of times sound disturbances will wake up your child. So if you have like a lullaby that you play or something like that, that's maybe attached to the crib or the bassinet and it turns off, oftentimes that sound turning off will be enough to rouse your baby. So having something like the dome that plugs in, turns on, you set it and forget it, makes it really, really easy because it can go on all night and it's not something you have to turn back on or remember to leave on. Like it's on, you're set for the night. The next one is the sleep sack of the year. The Kite Baby. I absolutely love this sleep sack. I've been really recommending it a lot lately. There are other brands that I used to really promote, but the Kite Baby has really, really kind of taken off and I love everything that they offer. It is made out of bamboo, which helps babies regulate their temperature. So depending on where you live, I'm in New England, so during the summer it's super hot, and then in the winter, which it is now, it's freezing. So it's really nice, versatile one. They have different togs, so you can buy a different tog based on the time of year, what you're comfortable with, how hot or cold your house runs. But just having the 1.0 tog is really nice because it will help regulate your baby's temperature. So there's not going to be much of that, like they're waking overheating, they're rolling around, they're uncomfortable, they're hot. It really helps to bring that temperature down, but while keeping them safe and cozy and snug, because under the age of 1, it's not safe for your child to have a blanket. So this provides that blanket feel without being dangerous. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about is a lounger. So for newborns, it's really hard to put them down. You have so many things that you need to be doing, taking care of yourself, if you just gave birth, but you have to get up, you have to shower eventually, you have to have somebody else in the room to be able to watch your baby, and just like maybe you want to sit next to your baby and read a book or binge Netflix. The Rahoo Baby Lounger is something that I used personally. I'm going to put a picture with my third, and I absolutely loved it. It was a game changer. She had a little bit of reflux, and having her lay flat after feeds was really difficult for her. So having something that had a little bit of an incline, again, it's not meant for sleep, but having something I could lay her in after a feed while she was still awake to help settle that milk was really, really helpful. And it was really great when we had to do like tummy time or anything like that, because you can just flip it over. There's a hard surface on the back and perfect for tummy time. So I cannot stress enough how much I love the Rahoo Lounger. I'm going to link everything below so you'll be able to see it, and just grab the things that you like and the things that you want to add to your registry. But it's that Rahoo Lounger. It was made by pediatric OTs, so they know, they've been in the field for years. They know what works for babies. And the way that it's designed also helps with self-soothing, because babies, a lot of times, once they come out into the world, it's a lot of space. So they like to have their arms out, but the way it's designed, it kind of brings their arms in so they can start to naturally learn how to self-soothe. So just to recap, the things that you need in 2024 are the Graco Sense to Snooze Bassinet, the 4-in-1 Larkin Crib, the Hatch Light, the Yoga Sleep Dome Sound Machine, the Kite Baby Sleep Sack, and the Rahoo Baby Lounger. So any questions about any of those products, pop them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them. If you have a product that you have either created or that you use and you absolutely love, please, please, please share in the comments. I love to know all the newest and latest things that are coming out, because let's be honest, there's a lot of things out there. It's going to be really hard to know what actually works, what's actually going to help us as a family, and what's kind of a dud and not going to. So if you have any recommendations, pop them in the comments. I can't wait to hear them. Happy New Year and welcome 2024.